Xenos, yeah. You guys love me. Um, another reading again though. Today indoors. It's night outside, and I was planning on doing one earlier, but there was a whole thing that BP was doing. But I'm here. I just ate something like hot Tabasco sauce with chicken nuggets, so my mouth is like burning right now. Not that much, but yeah. Anyway, hi, how you doing? I hope everything is well. We're doing another reading, surprise reading, I guess, but whatever comes out, comes out. I was feeling really called to do my tarot and the Dark Mirror and a new tarot I had got, the Spring Song Tarot. So, sorry, just like a lot stuck in my throat. Without further ado, let's get into it. Actually, I need to move y'all back a little bit. Being held up by Remember Before Christmas plushie or whatever. I don't know what the hell it is, but I feel like I'm blanking a lot, and it's not because of the others. It's just like I'm having a hard time focusing. I feel like there's a lot of misfocus, energy. I'm not sure. So let's get started. We got Gemini. Out of here. Diamond in the rough. We got this in the last reading. Interesting. Racist. Okay, I don't mean to laugh at that. It's just I forgot that I had this card in here. I'll be forgetting that. But racism might be a big factor when it comes to racism. If you're part of the skin color collection. Skin color collection. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh. I meant collective, but I just said collection for some reason. Anyway, let's get some more cards. Racism isn't funny, guys. I'm just in a giggly mood right now. I guess hysterics. Okay. Look Within. It came out reverse. As above, so below. As they say. Oh, that's a lot. Malnutrition. Transcend. Disingenuine, right under racist. Meditation, right under Look Within. Whew. Oh, brother. Y'all energy is like wild. Okay. It's a bit of a wild one. Oh. Foul. Feeling that is okay, that's all I'm giving y'all. Because this is a lot. It's a lot. Can we kind of straighten these up? I'm not sick or anything. I don't know why my nose is like... Oh, you got the blank card, so definitely a blank slate somewhere. Out of the closet. Decline. And numbers. Numbers. Okay. You have anger and crying/crying spells. Whew. Let's get into this. Like mucus stuck in my throat. Okay, I'll just put it right there since it's a blank card and it's talking about a blank slate. Ugh, it's like mucus. Ugh. I probably should have spat it out, shouldn't I? Anyway. Anyway. I can't see why. Why am I this far? I can't see. I'm this far back and I can't even see it. I need glasses. Anyway, I'm sorry. Back to the reading. I'm gonna start with this first row right here because there's like a lot going on, and a lot of this stuff actually kind of resonates with me. And before I even get started, this reading is not to dictate past, future, or present. I mean, it could resonate with some parts of those, but it doesn't dictate like what's going to happen, or this is like the immediate thing that's going to happen, or this is the only thing that's going to happen, like that. It's just to help you with any issues that you're going through. I keep getting phantom pains from a piercing I had. If y'all know, y'all know, but maybe phantom pains has a lot to do with this. Use this reading at your own discernment. Whatever fits, whatever doesn't, let it go. It's a message for somebody else. Anyway, phantom pains. A lot of people have that when they have either missing limb or something like piercings that pierce the skin, or something that was like that's not there anymore on your body. And you might be feeling this because I'm getting that you're just getting reminders of whatever caused that or whatever happened. Excuse me, when you got that. Whenever the detachment had occurred. So you got Gemini. You might be a Gemini, or it might be in your chart, or you might be dealing with a Gemini. Take whatever that is for you. But you got racist client and disingenuine, decomposition, out of the closet, LGBT plus. Starting. There's a challenge that's kind of in your way, and I feel like it has kind of, you might have felt hindered in the sense of not like you getting this energy where or these thoughts that, oh my god, nothing is working out, why do I keep trying, blah 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 blah. But those are just thoughts, and not very nice ones at that. So whenever you have those thoughts, and this is something I do when I be like, I feel upset and shit. So if you have those thoughts, close your eyes and imagine taking those thoughts away, like literally pulling them out of your head. Whether it's your third eye or your crown, whatever it is for you, or just pulling it out of your head. Whenever I just get thoughts like that, I generally think about pulling them out. You just flick them away. Because the more you do that, the less you will think about it, unless it's like something that you need to deal with. Like when I do that, it's just more so about the past and past traumas that are affecting me that I don't have the emotional capacity to deal with right now. And I'll come back to it another time, or when I'm ready to deal with it. But when it comes to something that is in the forefront that you have to deal with, face it head on. That's what the challenge is for you. You have to face challenges that are You have to be up to face the challenge, because when you take one step back and you're thinking, fuck, I can't do this again, I can't handle this again, you can. It's just a matter of your mindset and how you're pursuing this challenge. If it's something that's blocking you back to back to back, then it's like that's probably not for you. um, but if you feel it like in your gut, in your heart, that is something that's for you, then keep trying, keep going forward, you know. Racist, I deal with this a lot, you know, obviously, especially within the workplace. This is why I always get so anxious being in open spaces and around palm colored people. My palms aren't even white, but you know, I just said it, whitey. But around those type of people, there has always been challenges, especially when I have to change how I act or how I show myself in a sense. And the thing is, you can't let people like that dictate how you're going to feel or how you're doing. People like that, they suck. Fuck them. But you know, at the end of the day, you don't have to stand for it. You don't have to stand for that. You don't have to stay in that position. You can walk away instead of letting this bother you, because racism, it does suck. There's a lot that's going on, and we don't even. Is that just a light? I'm sorry. Holy shit! Is there like an actual crack in my? Oh fuck! Oh okay. Well, you know, tough, but you know it is what it is. Anyway, my nose is leaking from that Tabasco. Can't stop thinking about that shit. It's so good. Anyway, sorry. Back to you. Back to you. With the racism, I really don't have that much of a conclusion for it, because like we have to deal with that shit. Because if we act out of character, oh, it's a mad black woman, it's a mad black man, and then it's all these stereotypes that they don't want to figure out on their own or deal with on their own. But apparently, it's our problem. It's the people of color that's the problem when it comes to racism, even though we're not the ones that are perpetuating it. Um, but it could also be, you know, xenophobia, like, because there's a lot of, well, how I was raised, there was a lot of xenophobia towards Hispanic people, and Asian people, Middle Eastern Asian people, you know, stuff like that. And a lot of that shit is unlearning. I'm unlearning that shit, because at the end of the day, I grew up around it. I was taught those things, but I know that deep down that shit was wrong. And it's just me learning about other cultures and me learning to grow and to move past what I was taught, so that I could be more open minded to whatever is around me and be more culturally sensitive. And there's a lot of people that don't want to be culturally sensitive, to those things. And I get that it's really hard, especially when you're a person that's surrounded by a lot of people that continue to perpetuate those things, those stereotypes about you. But at the end of the day, you know who you are, you know what you're doing, you know that you are doing the best you can, regardless of anything that's going on. And don't let anything what people say change how you are. Don't let that affect you in any way, because are you are stronger than what they say about you. You are a strong person, and diamond in the rough. You know that you're strong. You know that you're still, smoothing out your edges and showing what you can do, what all you can do and be. It's just a matter of patience and taking that time to move forward to the next level, to the next challenge, to whatever is going to be best for you. And you also need to congratulate yourself for making it this far, especially when you know how I'm saying look within. Like, you need to know that what you're doing, what you are achieving is all because you have the strength to do it. You continue to push forward. You continue to persevere. Okay, girl. Apparently, she just wants to show off in the camera. But you know, why? Oh, really? Okay. I'll just move back over to these then. You know, get her out of the way. So you have disingenuine, decomposition. When I put decomposition, I meant in the sense of like, you know, oh my god, my third grade history or whatever science lesson is fucking failing me because I'm thinking about when worms are decomposing like dead things and stuff. I can't remember what all the terms were, but when I put decomposition, it's like you're breaking down every aspect. And I get this also with when it comes to racism. You're decomposing what I was talking about earlier. You're decomposing what you were taught. You're decomposing everything that doesn't fit you, that doesn't suit you. You're decomposing everything that isn't serving you this moment, whether it's like attitude or mindset or any past issues. You're decomposing. You're taking that away. You're taking your power back from those things and learning better. You're learning to do better, learning to be better. It's just about how you do it. And with disingenuine, I feel like there's probably some disingenuine people that's around you. And I think you kind of know this. Like, your intuition will always tell you when somebody's being disingenuine or when you feel like something isn't right with somebody. Whatever happens, you need to trust your gut. You need to trust your body. Because at the end of the day, you know that something isn't right. Out of the closet, you may be fruity basket, part of the fruit snacks. Let me stop. We are part of the fruit snacks, but you know, you may be out of the closet. I am, and I still face like everyday homophobic and transphobic shit. Even from my own family, I deal with that shit because I get misgendered every day. Even though I tell like I don't even want to say I tell them. I stopped telling them because at the end of the day, if you can't even respect what I present myself as, then I have no use for staying in this connection. I have no use in continuing to be back and forth. Like, if you can't see me for me without looking at the physical, then at the end of the day, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem because I know what I am. I know who I am, and I take pride in that. So take pride in whatever you do and whoever you are trying to be, because at the end of the day, you know who you are. You know you're doing the best. You know that you that bitch. What Megan said, you that bitch. And what she said from that song, I'd rather be a bitchch. Because that's what you gonna call me when I'm tripping anyway. You can't control me, baby. I keep it real. You keep it real. Nobody can control you. You have control over yourself. Continuing on. Capricorn. Okay, I didn't know if it's the Capricorn because I made the zodiac one so different from how the other ones look. Like, the other ones have smaller tips, and these big ass ones, they are different. But Diamond in the Rough, you could be like, hey. Oh my god, hold on. Hey, stop it. They gonna come in when they come in. Chill. Can you chill? Okay, thank you, Prince. So Diamond in the Rough, Look Within. I actually set Aries 3 in a row. But these were turned out with Aries, Capricorn, and Gemini. You could be Aspire, Air, and Water. Earth, Wind, Fire, and Air. That was the Hex Girls. Shout out to my girls, but you know. We ride the wind up, so we feel the fire, to love the earth and all our desire. Love that song. Anyway, get back to it. You have meditation, fresh air, numbers, and learn. What did I say about learn earlier? You're learning. You're allowing yourself to make those mistakes. It's only a. I heard this quote from somewhere, but it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it. And if you learn from your mistakes, if you're like, I don't want to do this again, I don't want to repeat this again, so I'm learning from it, I'm not doing this anymore, you're moving on, you're moving forward. Look out for numbers because they may be having a significance in some way. Oh, this is heading on 20 minutes. Shit. So this is probably gonna be probably an hour reading because I just got 2 fucking decks sitting over there. I felt like I said dicks, but stop. Anyway, meditation and fresh air. Go out for a walk. I was actually today. I was feeling so stuffy inside here because I haven't cleaned up the space. I haven't straightened it up. I was still fixing, in the mode of fixing, how it looks, and I think that I just had to take a break today because I was doing it for the past couple days, and I got most of everything done except for the space that I'm in. So it's like, I think that it says a lot when you're fixing everything else but not where you're at right now. And how you're doing, how you're feeling, how you're moving around, that has a lot to do with sorry, I'm back. How you're moving, how you're feeling, how you're keeping your space, that has a lot to do with how you are going to present yourself. Because if you're feeling like a mess, you're going to be a mess. If you're feeling good, you're going to feel good. That includes like washing your face, brushing your teeth, doing your skincare routine, keeping yourself, your physical body good is going to keep your soul good. And this is something that I had to learn because back in the day, I used to shower like probably once or twice a week because I was so depressed and I was always feeling bad. And it has a lot to do with not being out of the closet too. And the more I so bravely and brazenly just be myself, I realized even though these people don't like it, I don't give a fuck. You are you when you become who you want to attract, that is going to lead you into the place that you are supposed to be. That is going to lead you into a better place. At the end of the day, you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table, so don't let anybody stop you or tell you what you're not and what you are. As long as you're conscious and self-aware of everything that you are in your being, because everybody has good and bad things about them. I'm aware of my bad side. I'm aware that sometimes I be given the silent treatment sometimes, but it has nothing to do with that person or those people. More than half of the time, it's just me being mute, me just not speaking because I don't want to speak. I'm aware that I have anger issues, but I try not to have that lash out on other people because I've learned from doing that. I've been learning from doing that. I've been trying to control myself, my anger, my issues, because at the end of the day, it's up for me to control those. It's up for me to fix those triggers. It's up to me to help myself. You always have the choice to either help yourself or let yourself be taking control over what you give it control. What you have control over yourself. If you give your power away, you're letting people take your power and control you. But you have to take it back. Be yourself. Be who you want to be. Don't let anybody stop you. I feel like I'm repeating that over and over again, but I'm so serious when I say that shit. How malnutrition, malfunction, transcend mythology, foul, fool, become foul. Okay. What you get, Prince? Okay. Decline, distinguish, foul, full, transcend, mythology, malnutrition, and malfunction. I feel like there's a level up in a sense. And I have this issue because with malnutrition and malfunction, I feel like that has a lot to do with what you're digesting into your system. Because if you feed it bad foods, you're just going to feel bad. And I know, like, I like my sweets, I like my candy, but I know it's not good for me. And that's why I try to incorporate eating healthy foods sometimes, because I know in the long run that's going to leave me more nourished than, sugary foods. It's all about what you intake. And eating too much of that will literally leave you malnourished. It's just about eating and drinking in moderation. Moderation. With transcend and mythology. With the mythology card, I think that it, with the mythology card, this could also be reference to the Fool card. Sorry, I had to look on the back. I don't know why. And it reminds me, I did lose my lighter. When I was walking the other day, I lost my Fool lighter. And that was my favorite one. I ain't gonna cap. That was my favorite. Only because I like the Joker so much. But, transcend and Fool. Foul. I'm hearing foul play. I feel, but anything that leaves a foul taste in your mouth, it doesn't have to be like physically eating something or digesting something. It could literally be just like, because we all have energy. So when you intake bad energy, that's just going to rub off into like a general bad sense of emotions and stuff like that. Foul emotions, I should say. But you have to take the bad with the good and the good with the bad. But it depends on, like, I don't want to say it depends, because you can change what you intake. Because if you constantly dwell in bad energy, that's going to change how you look at things. But if you choose to switch and kind of delve into good energies, that's going to change your outlook as well. And I feel like it's at a decline, whatever this foulness is that you're feeling around you, or what you're feeling inside, it's at a decline. You have to realize that
what flavor you say you want?
The grape.
Alright, shit.
You good? What was that about? Okay, grape. No, fuck. Decline. This feeling, this emotion is at a decline. You don't have to stay within it. You have to feed yourself. I'm thinking about nutrition and wellness. That was a class I had took at one point when I was in high school, but you have to nourish yourself. You have, in order to transcend whatever this feeling and emotion is, you have to nourish yourself. You have to give yourself what you haven't been given. You're at a point to where you can start a blank slate, which is why I keep this card, because it's like a blank slate. It's like you can wipe everything clean and start over. There's nothing wrong with starting over. It's just about how you look at it. And I myself, I've started over a lot of things. It's like how drawing, when you draw and you have to start over on the picture again because you messed up, or you have to start over washing the dishes because like something happened with the water or whatnot, or anything, like starting over, like even throwing out old stuff and building your clothes back up again, like that's starting over. It's okay to do those things. It's okay to start over and redo. Or I should give this example. When it comes to sorry, give me a moment. Okay, so it's like when you have this journal entry and you're writing down everything, but it's not coming out as coherent as you want it to. So you reread it, you change some words or whatnot, but then you're like, okay, I don't want this at all. I don't like how this is. So I'm going to start over, but this time with more confidence in what I do. It's like that. I think that's a good example. I don't know what. Something about mythology. I have to get to that again, but let me get cards. Oh, anchor. Excuse me, I had to burp. But there was a scene in Teen Wolf where Scott was like, my anchor was Alice. I think that's her name. But his mom was like, she can't be your anchor anymore. She's gone. You have to be your own anchor. You have to use yourself as a hold, you know, have a hold over yourself to keep yourself in check, or something that's like that, you know? And spiritual and supplies. Live, love, laugh, or any variation of that. Spiritual connection. There's so many variations of that, but I think I was thinking that because they had like these whole ass memes and shit of how it was. But it, you know, live, love, laugh, your way of life. Whatever variation you want to put, just do it. Whatever will get you through, you know? Or I guess keep you sane. However that is. Whatever has you keep a hold over yourself. Okay, let's get you some cards. And I actually love this deck because when I had first did it for myself, I had got 2 cards. But it has feathers, acorns, crystals, and shells. So feathers, swords, acorns, wood or sticks, crystals, coins, and shells, cups. I had got the feathers one, but with the other 3, I was like, what the hell do those correlate to? So I had to look it up. And when I found it, I was like, oh, okay, because they're attached to the types of stuff that you have on the earth, and they're all, it's like animals on the decks and stuff. But it's like, I feel like I should have realized that, but I was just like, not letting myself think it all the way through. I feel like I just kind of had a moment, like a brain for a moment or something. But it is what it is. Okay. You have the 3 of acorns, 3 of 6. There's a giraffe. Came in reverse too. God damn. You have 5 shaman. I actually don't know. Okay, it's upright. You have temperance in reverse. Let me show you this one too. Yeah. You have 9 of acorns. There's a lot of fire. And you have the Ace of Acorns. I had got that card earlier. This was one of the cards I had got. On the back of the deck, you have the World. This is a well. I hope you can see that. That's interesting. These cards are so pretty. Let me see. I feel like I'm playing like goddamn cards or some shit. I'm just gonna keep them upright. Leave these right there for now. But with 3 of acorns, you have foresight, exploration. With 5 shaman, you have divine wisdom, spiritual power. I think this is the Hierophant, or maybe it's the High Priestess. It's the Fool, Magician. I don't know. Spring Summon Tarot. You'll figure it out. But a shaman is a healer, a divine person or divine healer or something of that sort. I forgot what culture it was from, but just be on me right now. And I think there's a mode of traveling of some kind, because like with the 3 of acorns and like the original deck, it's, I believe, somebody that's standing, or is that the 6? I hope it's what I'm thinking it is, but it's the person that's kind of standing and looking at the place they want to go, like they're looking across the sea and they're just kind of staring instead of moving. But it's like how the Moana song is. Where you are, Moana, make way, make way. But or the other one where she's talking about the water. I can't remember what it went by, but it's like Or, here's a good example. That Elsa song, when she was talking about I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Um, I think that was in the second one. But I'm thinking that I'm getting that you're just not where you're supposed to be, in a sense of that you're longing for exploration. You're longing to spread your wings and fly somewhere else, or like just to explore. And I feel like there's something that's hindering you, in a sense, because, or it's probably just you're not sure if it's the right path for you. Something that's like fear. Fear can keep you stuck. That's why you shouldn't listen to fear, but listen to what you're. Hey, hey. What's up? Yeah. Um, I have no idea. It's like a lot of shit. Um, it's a lot of stuff. I'm just getting to the cards right now. Mm. Where's that at? What the? Right. Fear, don't let it hinder you. Listen to your gut, listen to your heart, because those will give you clear answers. But also listen to your mind, because it will give you logical insight. You have temperance, balance, harmony, 13, 12. No, that's 14. My bad. And 9 of acorns, power, and perseverance. I love Black Panthers. They're actually just jaguars. Yeah. I'm recording. I don't know, it's just pointed towards me. But it's a lie. It's just easier to report it like that and just send it out.
Who you be sending it to?
Just on YouTube.
Oh, okay, so girl, I'm gonna look you up. You funny me, so I'm gonna look you up. Nine of acorns, temperance, balance, harmony, power, and perseverance. But what I was saying about Panthers, I love Panthers because they are literally just jaguars that have the patterns on them, but they're just black, and you can't really see them because their fur is so dark. Love them. Black Panther, everybody. Black Panther. Be for real. Be for real. I'm in a giggly mood again. And zebras. Has crystals and temperance. That's interesting. And there's sun and the moon. So, but with temperance, when it comes to temperance, it's a lot about managing your moods and kind of managing how you are feeling. Because if you feel like you're letting one emotion take control for too long, that's something that you are in need to heal, or that emotion is trying to tell you something. And I say this because earlier I was dealing with a lot of anger, and instead of like lashing out and letting it like take full front, I'm just like, I listened to music, sat myself down, and I did something that I enjoyed. And I just feel like when it comes to when it comes to your emotions, you can't let that take you out of your character. Listen to your emotions, let them talk to you, but don't let them take you out of your character of who you are. Because when you give your emotions too much power, you're going to end up hurting people that you don't want to hurt, or saying something that you don't want to say. You have to allow yourself to feel, because I feel like there's a whole lot of dissociating and not feeling. Speaking of, I literally just zoned out. But I feel like there's not a whole lot of feeling and a lot more dissociating. And there's nothing wrong with feeling emotions. Your emotions will tell you something. It'll tell you what you need. It'll tell you how you're feeling. Feeling emotions. They're not really scary. It's just how you perceive them that are going to make them scary. But it's good to have them because they keep you connected to yourself. Ace of Acorns, creative force, confidence. Oh, I didn't even go to the Nine of Acorns. Oh, that's interesting. But these two right here, it went from the Ace to the 9. And then you have the 3 that's at the top. And you remember what I was talking about, blank slate, right? Went from the 3 all the way to the 9. And I was talking about starting over like a blank slate. And now we're at the 1. I didn't even mean to switch the 1 and the 9. It just kind of happened. But it's like you're starting over. And when you start over, it's going to show you that there's a lot more that you missed that you added on so that you can get this done properly, you know? And I think that when it comes to starting over and that blank slate and that figuring it out again, you're adding on to what you already know. You're transcending, you're leveling up. And when I was thinking about mythology earlier, I was thinking about dragons, and I don't know why. And when it comes to spirit guides, they can be animals too. And I have an affinity for dragons, snakes. Have an affinity for them, and I also wanted to get a tattoo of a dragon on my back. But that's in the future. Right now, I'm focused right now. That's for future me to deal with because I'm scared of needles. Anyway, when that happens, like, when you know that when you know that there's a lot that I don't even want to say miss. I think there's, something, like you're starting over because you know that it will be better for you. And when you continue to pick up on what you didn't realize when you first started, you're adding more, you're adding better, you're lifting like into different levels. It's like when in that episode with Phineas and Ferb, not Phineas and Ferb, but Finn and Jake, Adventure Time. In that episode when he was talking about that episode when it wasn't in the first season, but the episode when Jake was talking to Finn about Flame Princess. It's like, there's a level to this, man. And you don't want to go to level 15 and stuff like that. It's like there's levels. Instead of skipping around, you're starting over from the start and adding more to what you already know for the levels. You're transcending. You're leading yourself into the Nine of Acorns, which is like you're persevering. You're adding more confidence with each step you take because you're now sure of yourself. You know. If you know, you know. It's something like that. It's like that. And that's why the World card is here. And look, Two of Acorns. Another bird. Birds may be significant. But the world, it's like, what is it that, I think they're, I think her username is White for the Tarot, but she always references this song when I go to her readings. It's like she's got the whole world in her hands or something. I don't know what that song is, but whenever I go to her readings, it's like I always hear her say that song when it comes to the world card. But it's like you're stepping up to the challenge. What we were talking about earlier, you're stepping up to the challenge. You're stepping up to the plate. And don't be, when it comes to school, don't be scared of the fall. Like, it's like, don't be scared of rising to the challenge because you know you have the tenacity, you know you have the guts, you know you have the confidence and perseverance. So keep going forward. Now we reach the portion to where, sorry, I gotta like burp again, but we're getting to the portion where we look at the dark mirror, and I feel like these are more so revelations of the shadow. What does revelations mean? I don't remember, but you know. I don't know why I said that. Revelations. Ambivalence, I guess. But big card. The temple of my body. What we were talking about earlier. Malnutrition. Nourishment. Nutrition and wellness, you know. Colorless angel. They're both half moons. 2 and 10. My tooth is bothering me. Gilded regret. Let me get one more. Okay, I thought his card flipped over. You know what? Okay. Queen of my world. And on the back you have artificial heart.
Yeah, great, right?
Yeah. What?
You want to get them?
Cause I was getting some for both of us, and she got me some. It's not enough for you, Prince. I was Sorry, here I am. Artificial heart, new moon. Queen of my road, full moon. I think that's the waning crescent for gilded regret. Half moons for temple of my body, colorless angel. I could read these from the book, but I'm really not being called to. Except for artificial heart, I might read that from the book. I'm gonna do that last. Let me get the book out right now. I told you it was about to be an hour. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be an hour. Oh, wait, what time is it? You like my clock? About to be 10. But temple of my body. What I was talking about earlier when it comes to nourishing your body, what you feed your body is going to determine how you feel. And what you feed is going to determine how you feel. If you feed your body good stuff, your body's going to feel good. It's the same way in exercising kind of helps with your muscles. It helps with letting go of stress and stuff. Like stretching helps with stress, which is like you have to incorporate with meditation, what we found in your cards earlier. Meditating, all of that helps with your body. And what you feed your body, including thoughts, emotions, whatever it is, what you feed your body is going to determine, is going to really determine what your body is going to go through. Come on. So that's why you should feed your body good things so you can feel good. Where did you drop it? Oh, that just reminded me I had to get Princess thing. But what you feed your body is going to determine how you feel. And if you want your body to feel good, then feed it positivity. Feed it reinforcement. Feed it something that's going to get you through the day, which is whether like just looking in the mirror and be like, oh, my eyes are so pretty, or you know, whatever it is, like just feed yourself positivity. And that's how you're going to let yourself be more in tune with self, because yourself is your self-improvement, that's important. Your self-love, that's important. It's needed. It's not wanted, it's needed. And when it comes to colorless angel, I feel like you lost a lot of yourself along the way. When we talk about the acorns and the 9 of acorns, you're building yourself up. You're building up your foundations. Don't feel shame for it. Don't feel reprimanded for it. You know, don't let others reprimand you for that. You're building yourself up. Don't feel shame for it. Allow yourself to start over. Tell yourself that it's okay, because we're working on it. If you're working on it, then that's okay. It doesn't have to be finished. Be what Evolving Spiritually said. You're working on it. Yeah, that's Kaylee. That's her. What she said. She said something in one of her recent readings that really stuck with me about working on it, working on yourself. And yielded regret. Whatever you feel regret about in the past, it's in the past. As long as you're not doing it now, as long as you're learning from it. What I said about mistakes earlier, as long as you are learning from it, it doesn't really make it a mistake. Yeah. At the end of the day, it probably shouldn't have happened, but you're working on it. You're allowing yourself to be better. You're allowing yourself to do better. So don't feel bad. And when we talk about the world card, which is, I feel like these actually complement each other a lot, because you're like, you see the well that's alone in this big ass world. Like, the well is bigger than everything that's in the sea right now. And you see this woman that's kind of facing the world, and she's like being brave with it. She's being like, this is who I am, and this is how I'm going to present myself. You know, you don't have to be a woman to do that, but how you present yourself, how you are going to show yourself, that's who you want to be, and who you are. Those are not too far away, because everything you want to be, you can be. And don't, like I said, don't be scared of the fall, because you never know. You could probably fly. The fucking birds fly. Don't be scared of falling, because if you constantly be in that state of fear, it's going to fuck you up. Number 12, Artificial Heart. Also stopped at 10 with Colorless Angel. I'm gonna read both of them. Switching my legs. I've been sitting in this cross position for super long. So we have Moon Phase, first quarter, stage denial. It is better not to feel rather than feeling pain. A dark horse prances proudly in the back. What? I did not see that horse before. Crazy. A dark horse prances proudly in the background, unnoticed by a. I didn't notice it. That's funny. Unnoticed by a man kneeling upon the pond. He wears a crown of myrrh. His face expressionless. Behind him, wings of smoke and bones grow or disappear. Apathy is the crowned king of nothingness, and the shining queen of whatever. We can be Siegfried, the dragon-slaying hero, but not when he slays the dragon, nor when he is betrayed and dies, but when he is simply doing nothing. We can be Michael, the archangel, while he waits bored and motionless, or Saint George, surprised in the moment of stillness and nothingness. All the strong rivers can be a swamp when they reach the plains. And the most yummy food can become gummy after a couple hours unattended on the table. There is a lot of darkness when we make a habit of going gray. We numb our senses with a fog of delays, and we just get indifferent to the fog herself. I'm here, we whisper, and if by a very tiny chance someone notices and replies and asks who's there, we become shy and we stay silent a little more. You cannot be saved unless you face the dragon, and the dragon hurts. Of course it does. Like I said earlier, don't be stuck in fear. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the fall, because what if you could fly? That's what White Feather Tarot always says. She always says, you could fly. You never know. And it's so easy to be sucked up into fear. But you can't let it define you at the end of the day. And we go to the new phase, the new moon. Stage bargain. If I don't feel the warmth of the sun, Will I blame the sun or myself? A female figure, an android or a robot with cyber lines traveling over the skin like gentle spiders, a black choker of feminine servitude, and jade eyes of futuristic indifference. Building oneself to specifications, stealing oneself to adversity, dreaming of electric sheeps. Once upon a time, it was a time of flying monkeys. Someone journeying to the plane to a place that wasn't Kansas in order to gain a heart. Oh, such a charming old-fashioned fairy tale. A new heart can be bought on the internet now and be delivered in a couple of days with a brand new shiny instruction manual. It works too. It gets the job done. It's not a job of feeling, it's scripted, like a job of numbers. Actually, it feels like a trade off. We find refuge in the rational mind, which in turn gives us back the illusion of control. But we still feel. We still long to live through our emotions fully. We are truly like an artificial heart that wants to become a real person. Happiness is not in numbers, but it's not because numbers are bad. It's because there is nothing that alone can grant happiness and guarantee it. We trade in the natural world for artificiality, and then we blame this choice as the reason why our sky has no color. What if it's not actually connected? What if it's just an excuse? What if even an artificial heart could beat and fall in love and drown in sorrow? Oh, that's so wild. Hi, Prince. Just look at me. I have this saying whenever lighting a lighter. There's always coins around. There's always change. No, lighting a match, change will be found. A change will find you. So when you go towards the light, you will find change. And whether you feel like you feel like something is artificial, then it probably is. But that doesn't mean that in this artificial world that you can't find happiness. You can't find what you want most, what you want to feed yourself, what you want to give yourself. It's just a matter of how you're seeing it, how you're going about it. The world is in your hands. You have a chance to make your world your own. You don't have to live by the rules of anyone else. You don't have to live by what like blue collar or white collar workers or whatnot. You can live as yourself, regardless if you are met with people who don't like it. If you're met with is adversity a word? I don't know. And we have revenge on the bag. Don't get sucked into revenge. What Beyonce says, the best revenge is your paper. The best, and there's also a saying that the best revenge is no revenge at all. Now, whether both of those are both true or not true at the same time, it's like, instead of going for revenge, go for leading yourself away from whatever is causing you the problem. Let it go. And it's easier said than done. I know. I always say this, it's easier said than done when you're doing something. But at the end of the day, you have to know yourself to guide you through this world. And if you don't know yourself, you're just leading yourself to be more susceptible to whatever doesn't fit you. So be okay with what? Be okay with what? Also want to say, it's okay not to be okay. I say this because not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows. Not every day is going to be, oh, I'm so happy, you know? It's okay not to be okay. And if you're not feeling okay, then do whatever it takes to make yourself feel okay. Do whatever it takes to make yourself feel better. Don't stay stuck in that energy for too long, because at the end of the day, you have to move away from that. You can't let negative energy keep you stuck. You have to let yourself have these emotions, but also let yourself feel and let your feelings guide you to what you feel is right for you. Only you know what's right for you. You can't let anyone decide that for you. You are your own person. You're not a cardboard cutout. You're your own self. And I'm gonna pull a few more cards from my deck because I'm really feeling called to do that. These cards just fell.
Am I?
You gotta make the best of what you have, or what you can. Let it go. Get to your dream. Whatever you dream of, it can manifest. You're just taking steps each day, or however small the step, just take it day by day. It doesn't have to be rushed. You don't have to rush it. I never listened to Colors of the Wind, but for some reason I'm hearing like Pocahontas. I'm getting that song from Pocahontas. I never once listened to that song. I don't even think I watched the movie either. But you know, games, hobbies, and books. Grieving. Dreams, again, mental clarity. Destroy and seek. Relearn to love life. And you have ghost, anchor again, conscious, subconscious figures, and carefree living. Seek and destroy, destroy and seek. That was like from the SZA song that I had listened to. But whenever I listen to that song, it's like destroying what doesn't serve you, whether it be old self, your past self, you know, things you don't like, whatnot. You have to let it go. You have to let go of what isn't causing you happiness, what isn't giving you what you need, what isn't nourishing you. Do something that makes you happy, you know, your hobbies, whatever you like to do as a hobby. It doesn't even have to be any of these, like games, books. It doesn't have to be any of those, but doing a hobby that makes you happy, doing a hobby that you're proud of, that you know that will lead you to the dreams that you want, that you hold on to. And actually, this is an interesting quote I heard earlier, or I didn't hear it, but I read it. um, if money wasn't a factor, would you still do it? And when it comes to my dreams, hell yeah, I would. I haven't continued to do them without getting to the point to where I still do it. I don't make that much money from drawing. Don't make that much money from reading tarot. Hell, I only made like $20 from doing this, and this was like in the past. But each time I do this, I know I gain more clarity. I know that I am happy doing this because it brings me into connection with. Don't lick my armpit. That's weird. Yeah, okay. I'm not. Just stop licking my armpit too. Okay. Anyway. What was that back at? Go to what makes you happy. Follow your dreams. Follow your heart. Because at the end of the day, we all have something special about us. We all have something that we want to strive for. It's just about looking for it and figuring out, this is what I want to do. This is who I want to become. Like it said, be your own anchor. Okay. That was a lot, but we're at the end of this reading. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you all have a good day.